is the Philippines' northernmost island of Mavulis. It's also the focus of some military preparations.
Tensions are rising across the Asia-Pacific, and the stakes couldn't be higher. As territorial disputes intensify and global trade routes come under increasing pressure, nations are moving fast to protect their interests and secure their place in the region. And right now, one of the most surprising and strategic moves is coming from the Philippines. Far to the north, on a tiny, windswept island called Mavulis, something big is taking shape. Once known only for its isolation, Mavulis Island sits in the Batanes chain, just south of Taiwan. For years, it was little more than a remote outpost, uninhabited, exposed to brutal weather, and seemingly disconnected from everything. But that isolation, it's now its greatest advantage, because today, Mavulis is being transformed into a powerful strategic hub, complete with a new airport and seaport. What used to be empty land is quickly becoming a critical nukta for logistics, defense, and regional influence. So why here? Why now? Look at the map. Mavulis sits near the Luzon Strait, one of the most important maritime corridors on the planet. It's the narrow gateway between the South China Sea and the Pacific Ocean, a route where nearly 80% of global trade passes through. Control and visibility in this area aren't just valuable, they're essential. And that's exactly what this project is about. This isn't just infrastructure, it's strategy. In peacetime, Mavulis can act as a watchtower, monitoring shipping lanes, safeguarding trade, and helping ensure the smooth flow of trillions of dollars in goods. But in times of crisis, whether it's a natural disaster or rising conflict, it becomes something even more powerful. A command center, a place where air and sea operations come together in real time. Supplies can move faster, forces can be deployed quicker, decisions can be made with speed and precision. Its flexibility, its readiness, its control. For the Philippines, this is more than a construction project. It's a signal, a clear message that Manila is stepping up, ready to play a bigger role in the Indo-Pacific, where opportunity and tension exist side by side. By building up Mavulis, the country is strengthening its ability to protect its borders, respond to emergencies, and stay ahead in a rapidly shifting geopolitical landscape. And there's another layer to this move, one that could quietly reshape regional logistics. The island is being positioned as a hub for substitution logistics, a system where goods arrive by sea and are quickly transferred to air for faster distribution across Asia. It's a smart, adaptive approach that keeps supply chains moving, even when traditional routes are disrupted. In a region where uncertainty is the only constant, that kind of flexibility is a game changer, and it sends a message beyond logistics. As China continues to expand its influence in the South China Sea, the Philippines is making it clear. It's ready to stand on its own, to secure its territory, and to operate independently in contested waters. Mavulis may be small, but what's happening there is anything but. Because in today's world, it's not just about size, it's about position. This isn't just about building runways and docks, it's about thinking ahead. What's happening on the island is a clear sign of long-term strategy, a move designed to protect national interests in one of the most critical regions on Earth. But for the Philippines, this isn't just about defense. It's also a massive economic play. Because location is everything. Sitting right in the heart of the Indo-Pacific, Mavulis puts the country in a prime position to tap into the enormous flow of global trade moving through nearby waters. And this project, it's not just about guarding borders, it's about unlocking growth. Trade already drives the Philippine economy, making up roughly 36% of its GDP. Strengthening connectivity through Mavulis could take that even further, boosting trade volume, increasing customs revenue, and opening the door to thousands of new jobs in construction, logistics, and port operations. The numbers tell the story. In 2023 alone, customs revenues hit an incredible 745 billion pesos. proof of just how vital maritime trade is to the country's future. Now imagine faster processing, smoother logistics, and a port built to global standards. The planned seaport on Mavulis aims to do exactly that, streamlining shipments, cutting delays, and making trade more efficient and reliable. That kind of upgrade doesn't just move goods, it attracts investment. More trade means more revenue. More revenue means more opportunities to reinvest in infrastructure, communities, and long-term development. Experts even estimate that expanding port systems nationwide could generate between 40,000 and 50,000 jobs, fueling industries from warehousing to tourism. And for Batanes, this could be life-changing. It's one of the most remote regions in the country, where opportunities have always been limited. Turning Mavulis into a logistics hub could reshape the local economy, bringing jobs, stability, and a level of self-reliance that wasn't possible before. It also reduces dependence on foreign ports, keeping critical trade routes firmly under Philippine control. But this story isn't just about economics. It's also about standing ground. With tensions rising in the South China Sea, the Philippines is moving to strengthen its defenses, especially as territorial pressures continue to grow. By developing Mavulis into a fortified outpost, the country is creating a frontline position on its northern edge. Think of it as an early warning system. From here, maritime patrols and aerial surveillance can monitor the Luzon Strait and surrounding waters in real time. It gives the Philippines a strategic advantage, the ability to respond faster, project strength, and deter potential threats before they escalate. And Mavulis doesn't stand alone. It's part of a bigger picture, one that includes stronger military partnerships with allies like the United States, Japan, and Australia. Joint exercises, shared strategies, and agreements like the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement are all sharpening the country's readiness. In that network, Mavulis could play a critical role. Its infrastructure has the potential to support allied operations, serving as a key logistics and defense hub if tensions rise. A small island, positioned to make a big impact. But none of this comes easy. Building advanced infrastructure in such a remote, weather-beaten location is a serious challenge. Costs are high, conditions are tough, and the environmental stakes are even higher. Mavulis is home to rich marine life and fragile ecosystems. Developing it responsibly means walking a fine line, balancing progress with preservation. Strict environmental standards won't just be important, they'll be essential. And then there's the geopolitical balancing act. Because in a region this sensitive, every move matters. What the Philippines is doing on Mavulis is bold, strategic, and full of potential. But it also requires precision, discipline, and careful navigation on the global stage. One thing is certain, though. Mavulis is no longer just a remote island. It's becoming a defining nukta in the Philippines' future. Mavulis isn't just remote. It's right in the middle of a geopolitical pressure zone. Sitting just south of Taiwan and dangerously close to the contested waters of the South China Sea, this tiny island is now under the spotlight. Its location alone makes it impossible to ignore and impossible to overlook by major powers, especially China, which may see this development as a direct challenge to its influence in the region. So, for the Philippines, this isn't just about building up an island. It's about playing the long game. Manila has to walk a very fine line, strengthening its position without escalating tensions. That means pairing infrastructure with diplomacy. By working closely with ASEAN neighbors and sticking to international rules, the Philippines can frame Mavulis not as a threat, but as a stabilizing force in a fragile region. But here's the real challenge. How do you stand firm without sparking conflict? The answer lies in strategy. By aligning with ASEAN's core principles, peaceful resolution and non-interference, the Philippines can turn Mavulis into something bigger than a military outpost. It becomes a symbol of balance, strength backed by restraint, ambition guided by diplomacy. To make that vision real, the country needs a plan that covers every angle. First, protect what's already there. Mavulis is rich in marine life, and preserving that ecosystem has to come first. Establishing protected marine zones and enforcing strict environmental standards will be key to making sure development doesn't come at the cost of nature, because long-term success depends on sustainability. Second, build strength through partnerships. The Philippines is already deepening ties with allies like the United States, Japan, Australia, and fellow ASEAN nations. Expanding joint military exercises near Mavulis, focused on intelligence sharing, cybersecurity, and naval coordination, can sharpen readiness while reinforcing regional cooperation. But this isn't just about defense. There's a major economic opportunity waiting to be unlocked. With its prime location, Mavulis could become a magnet for trade and investment. Offering tax incentives, simplifying customs processes, and creating a business-friendly environment could turn the island into a thriving logistics hub, one that attracts global players and keeps goods moving efficiently across Asia. At the same time, communication remains critical. Even as the Philippines strengthens its position, it must keep diplomatic channels open, especially with China. Engaging through platforms like ASEAN and international frameworks such as UNCLOS can help ease tensions and keep the focus on cooperation over conflict. And there's one more role Mavulis can play, one that hits close to home: disaster response. The Philippines faces frequent natural disasters, and having a fully equipped logistics base in the north could be a lifesaver. Pre-positioned supplies, trained response teams, and rapid deployment capabilities could make all the difference when every second counts. So, when you step back and look at the bigger picture, Mavulis isn't just an infrastructure project, it's a statement, a signal that the Philippines is ready to protect its territory, grow its economy, and take on a bigger role in shaping the Indo-Pacific. With an airport and seaport anchoring its future, this once-forgotten island is on track to become a vital nuktat in global trade, defense, and regional stability. From isolation to influence. From a windswept outpost to a strategic powerhouse, Mavulis is no longer on the edge of the map. It's moving to the center of the story. And this is just the beginning. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.